Hey, oh, I almost said Facebook. Hey, YouTubies, it's me again. Hey, 2 days in a row. How lucky can you get? But I turned that light off of the top of my head, and that seems to make me a little less harsh. And like I said, because since I already had on makeup, I decided might as well make a couple of more videos. Probably won't do any tomorrow or next day or anything like that. I had to get up early this morning and go to Olympia. It has been raining all day. It's one of those days where you have to, Northwest days, we have to come home and hang everything up in the, in the bathroom on the shower rack. Because everything's wet. You're wet all the way through. And people, women out here don't wear boots for a fashion statement. Women out here wear boots because you're stomping in gravel and dirt, and it's really bad. But that's one of the things I really like about it. I went to look at some apartments. I don't like it. It's too small, but beggars can't be choosy, and the important thing is no roommate. Cannot handle that. I'm too old. And no, and I can have my kitty cat. And the kitchen's not too bad. It's small because the whole place is smaller. The whole place is smaller. I'm gonna definitely have to put my settee and my big armchair with the ottoman. I'm definitely gonna have to put those in storage because it's no way it's they're not gonna fit. Maybe my little I have this really cool bench. I don't know if you guys can't see it. Even if I moved out the way, you can't see it. But I have this really nice writing bench, and I'm thinking of putting that in a little hallway, kind of a little passageway. Put it there, and then put to throw my keys and purse when you come in the house, and um the TV my son gave me, it's like a 50, well, you guys can see it behind me. It's like a 56-inch or something like that. That's not going to fit in there, but I'm not worried about it because um, I think I have somebody I can trust to keep it for me because I'm not putting it in storage for it to disappear. My son gave me that. Also, I think my big black bookcase um, will have, I know the entertainment center is not going to fit in there, but it's only temporary until I figure out what's going on. I haven't heard back about the job yet, only because it's Friday and she said that they were still interviewing yesterday. So I'm not really worried until then. But the main thing was having somewhere to, you know, lay my head. But I mean, it's nice. It has hardwood floors. There's only one big window. I don't know what the view is. I don't, well, as a matter of fact, I know I'm not going to have a view like this, but I was so tired, so hungry when the guy showed it to me. I didn't even pay him out. I noticed, oh my gosh, this is small. But like I said, rather closet by yourself than a mansion and you got to share it because I can't. I had a roommate one time and it just did not work. I didn't like it. So let's see. Oh yeah, I got up early. I thought I set the alarm. I thought I was getting up early, but apparently I didn't because I absolutely ran out of time. I just barely had time to have my smoothie. I just I didn't stretch, but I walked so much today that I'm pretty sure I'm okay. Because then when I came back from well, I'll tell you about when I came back from Olympia. Olympia, got up early, ran out of time, didn't stretch. Oh, and on my way to Olympia, I decided no reading, no phone, no Kindle, just to enjoy, look out, look at the beautiful gray. The commute is pretty nice. All the trees are naked, and I like naked trees. I love fall and winter. I love summer. Spring gets on my nerves a little bit, like the first really warm, sunny day. Everybody's like, "Ooh," that kind of spring. But that um cold one day, warm one day, rain, 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 it just gets on my nerves after a while. And we do have, believe it or not, we actually do have very, very nice summers here. People don't believe it, but we do. Right about starting around, well, the 4th of July is a toss up sometimes. Father's Day can be a toss up. It could be 90 or it could be 50. This is the great Northwest we're talking about. But usually around from about July to like the end of October, you don't want to live anywhere else. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful here. The water's so blue, it's all, you know, I almost said crinkly. I don't want to say crinkly. What do I mean? Sparkly, blue, clear. The sky is blue and clear. It's a very, very nice place to live. I like it here. The the Olympia place where I looked at the apartment today, it has it's very like a little bistro neighborhoods, I call them. It's little cafes to sit in. And that's something else too. I mean, I'll be working, so I'll be gone, especially if I get the job here and I'm commuting back and forth for, ooh, there's my oven. I'm commuting back and forth. I'm not going to have time to, to really be enjoying the apartment like I had time to enjoy this one because I'm gonna by the time I will be leaving my house, it's according to what time I have to be to work here. I will be leaving my house at about probably 6 o'clock in the morning to get here by 8. I will probably get off work at 4, and I won't get home until 5:36 ish. It's according to the weather, what goes on with the weather and stuff. So it's not like I'm gonna be like, because here I worked at home, so I needed, a big nice space because it's where I live. But I worked outside and worked, but I worked outside the home. Um, when I worked in here, when I worked in my home, I needed especially a whole bunch of room. But working outside the home, I'm not going to need that room. Not right away, not right away. And I want to sell because I was thinking about one of my kids, quote unquote, was talking about helping me put some stuff on Craigslist, but um I don't want to sell my living room furniture. I don't want to sell that stuff because I'm going to need it, when I move to my permanent, when I get my house or whatever the heck it is I decide to do. Can you guys tell I like animal print? This is one of my favorite things. I didn't read, what did I say? I didn't read. I didn't, let me see. I'm just afraid to do that darn um laser surgery. I know all these people, yeah, yeah, millions of people have it, but what they're gonna do when they um um if they blind me with those lasers, how much money is gonna make it so I can see again? Nothing. So I'm not doing that. I'll just wear my glasses. I don't care. The commute was very, very nice. Like I said, it was kind of the in between time. People weren't had to be down there about 11ish. So therefore the all the going to work people were gone. And all the students pretty much were gone. Actually, we did see the school bus. So and it doesn't make any sense to drive because, well, gas is in my area here is like 3.99 for the regular unleaded, and it's 4.25 for that souped up premium, whatever the heck it is they call that stuff. Um, so it's really not worth it. Like a quick commute like that, you might as well get on the light rail or get on the bus because public transportation because it's too expensive. By the time you start your car up, spend $10, you know. And you can travel in style, you can read, you can look out the window, you can daydream. You can't do that if you drive. And so and the see, like I said, the scenery is so beautiful. That I really enjoyed it. Usually I like when I commute, I love to read. That's one good thing I like about that Kindle is you can um you don't have to worry about getting your book dirty and all that stuff like that. Yeah, that was a good idea, turning that stupid light off the top of my head because it was just putting this big shiny. I don't know what I looked like, and it made me look too washed out. So now I got what was I gonna say? Oh, and I saw while I was downtown. It wasn't a lot. We don't have a lot. We have a few panhandlers here where I live. Zanzibar, stop. And that's another thing was trouble. I was having trouble finding somewhere that would let me, have my cat. Stop. That would let me have my cat. I'm sorry. I gotta have my cat. So I don't care how big the place is. If they don't allow me to have my cat, that's not going down. We're not playing that game. I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, the commute was pretty nice. While I was downtown, we don't have a lot of we have a few panhandlers, not too many. And what I do is if I know I'm going downtown or going to any kind of area where they will be, I put $1 and maybe, maybe like 50 cent, 75 more cent, in my pocket. And whoever asks for it, I give it to them. You can't give all your you can't give to everybody that asks you, or you won't have no money yourself. But if I have a few pennies, always make sure that I'm not going to stand there and open my purse. I mean, 99.9% of homeless people are just people, hard on their luck, or out of luck, or with some misdiagnosed or undiagnosed mental, problem. Most of them, 99% of them are okay. But I don't stop and open my purse, especially at night. I don't stop open my purse, stand there rummaging through my purse, anything like that. Like I said, I'll put $1, maybe a buck and a half, something like that, in my pocket, and then I'll just hand it to the first person that asks me. They ain't gonna kill me. You never know. Um let's see. I took a little bit. I took my camera because I thought I was going to have time to maybe go down by the water, go down by the dock, or go down to the Capitol, which is our capital, Olympia, and take some pictures. But when I got out of um the guy showing me the apartment, he had another client, and I happened to get there early, and he happened to go ahead and see me, and the apartment was ready. So I went and I did that, and by the time I got back to the transit center, I didn't have time. My plan was to go have lunch, and like I said, I was starving. But then I saw it was so close to time to leave that I better go. I better jump on the bus and go on because I had some other stuff to do. I had to go to one of the other VA organizations, and learned a little lesson about being a little humble. There are people really bad off out there, and it's a shame to me. It was a young woman down at the VA, the Pierce County Veterans Association. I had gone down there to, do some minor stuff, and um, after I came from Olympia, and I still hadn't eaten anything. I was starving, and she was in bad shape. She had PTSD. You could tell she had just gotten out of jail. She said she was in there 80 days, and just, these are people who, um, myself included, I'm a Marine, that fight so people like us can get on YouTube and talk stupid stuff, and no one can come into our apartments, just walk in and search, and they can't put you in jail for. I mean, these things do happen, but I'm talking constitutionally wise. They're not supposed to do these things. They do happen, and the fact that because there are a lot of countries that a woman can't even show her face, and then this woman um fought right alongside the men to keep the freedoms, quote unquote, that we hold dear, and she had to be given clothes and vouchers for food and stuff. And I just started crying, and then I just hugged her when she left, and I'm just, God help that woman. If you guys pray. If you don't, you know whatever it is you do, do it, for us, because we send good vibrations, or pray to Allah, or whatever it is you do. If you're a Wicca, whatever it is you do. I'm a Catholic. Like I said, I'm a Roman Catholic. So I don't know the saint for hopeless, helpless, homeless people. I don't know who he or she would be, but you know you kind of think you're pretty lucky when you come upon somebody like that. I just, she just hugged. You know how somebody hugs you, and they don't let go. You try to let go and they still cling. Ah, gosh, it was terrible. And then I had to go pay my light bill. That was a pain. But I had to actually go down to the place. I usually do it online, but I had to actually go down to the place because, with the moving and stuff, I wanted to know, um, how much uh, um, um, advance notice they need, because to turn off your stuff. I'm not trying to be sitting in here in the dark, but I want to give them some idea of when. I don't know. The guy's gonna call me in a little while, but that place is so small. I'm gonna have to put a lot of stuff in storage, but that's all right. And it was interesting. I did get to I don't think I want to talk about that. Let me see. Panhandle, because that might go too long. Um, Let me see. No, I don't want to talk about that either. The Tacoma Dome Station, I can talk about that. I have time to actually. When my son and I arrived in Tacoma, in where we live here, we came by Amtrak. We were going to fly, but even in 1990, it would have been $1,100 because we were coming to live here. So it was no round ticket, and it ended up being like almost $1,100. I'm like, heck no. So I decided, with an 8-year-old boy, he would love to go cross country on the train. So that's what we did. It took 3 days. It was a lot of fun. We got out here, and that is where we landed at the station, Tacoma Dome Station. Also, something really interesting. The DC sniper few years ago who killed all those people in Maryland and DC. He learned to shoot actually at a shooting range called the Bullseye or something like that. It's right on like one of the main thoroughfares here. And I remember at the time of the DC sniper, I was actually I had just gone back to school. I had just gone back to school. It was 2002 when like the stuff was going on, and I was actually in a what do you call it? The class justice law class, I can't remember I can't remember what you call it, but it's what police officers take. It's criminal justice class, that's the name of it. Duh, can you tell I'm tired? Criminal justice class. And I remember giving my teacher a hard time saying, oh well, yeah, well, it's not a black guy this time. No, it's not a black man this time, because we don't snipe. We don't spree kill, we don't serial kill, we just kill each other. you know and I remember like really, giving the white kids in my class a hard time. And then when they showed he was black, we were all like, oh my gosh, we owed so many dinners and coffees and stuff, because we made a bet. Because that black people don't usually do that. But um, what ended up happening with that story was that he wanted to kill his wife. Now, from what I understand, he's been executed, so I don't have to say alleged, because apparently he did it. But he wanted to kill his wife for taking his kids away from him. And so he figured if he killed a bunch of other people, because of course, if he shot and killed her, who are they going to look at? Zanzibar, stop. Who are they going to look at? But, of course, the first person they look for is the husband. So he figured if he killed a bunch of people and she got killed, it would just look like it was a random thing. So basically, that's what people people wonder why I'm not married. But that was the reason. And who caught him? They caught him in Washington D.C. Well, actually in Maryland. And who caught him was a guy who had just been, listening to the radio or something. And once they actually found out, actually someone from Washington State called the tip line and told them, so you know what, that kind of sounds, that bullet and that kind of MO kind of sounds like somebody I know. And of course, at that time, they ran his ID and ran how they ran the text. So, the car that somebody's driving, and DMV, Zanzibar, stop it. And the DMV, and they had the make of the car. They had the make of the car, and they were um, Malvo, and I can't remember his side kick. I can't remember his name. Were actually at one of those rest stops sleeping, and businessman just happened to be coming back from a job or something, and he was on the highway, and he's pulled over at the little rest stop to probably get rid of some of that good old Starbucks Northwest coffee, and happened to DC coffee, and happened to look over and spot the um, car, and that's how they got him. Thank goodness. So anyway, it's 1955 when I was born. So I'm gonna stop this one, and I'm gonna feed my cat before he pisses me off, and then do maybe a couple more. So see you guys.